Morrison, among the largest supermarket chains in the UK, going for growth in a tough marketplace. It's the reason Morrisons looked for an extra ingredient for that added profitability and just opened its regional buying office in Hong Kong.
It was a logical choice for what we do with non-food in the UK. We sell a lot of non-food in the UK, it's over £1 billion worth, and Morrisons wanted to get closer to its suppliers. It wanted to cut out some of the middlemen, and if you think about, and if people think about the product ranges that are in non-food in supermarkets in the UK, a huge proportion of that comes out of mainland China.
With over £1 billion to spend on its hard goods lines for shipping to the UK, mainly from China, Morrisons considered Singapore and the Chinese mainland itself for a location, before choosing Hong Kong.
Hong Kong has a legal system very similar to the UK. It has very good staff availability. So if you add the location, I can get to any one of our Asian suppliers inside 5 hours. So if you take the location, you take the staff, you take the legal system, you add them all together, it became a logical choice.
The result of picking its Asian regional office in Hong Kong now gives Morrisons the opportunity to improve quality and prices for its offerings, which number in the several thousand, and stabilise sourcing and logistical costs too.
Household electronics, personal care products, we're in toys, stationery, and the big area here is cook and dine, which is tabletop, kitchen accessories, pots, pans, baking, all of those sort of areas, plus the toys, big area for us, and then things like gardening, seasonal products. So the whole gamut of non-food, including some health and beauty products as well, which we're now going to source through here.
These shelves in Morrisons' Hong Kong offices are the very same sort of shelves as you'll find in all Morrisons stores all over the United Kingdom. And when you buy products here in Hong Kong, on the Chinese mainland or in Vietnam, for example, it's very useful because you can find precisely the right size of product to fit on those shelves there in UK, which is very useful for shoppers. After opening the Hong Kong office this summer, Morrisons is looking for products to stock those UK shelves this year and in 2012.
We only opened here on the 22nd of June. We are already shipping the first goods to UK for this season's sales. We are planning 2012 with the UK buyers. We know that times are hard. We know that economic times are hard. So the move by Morrisons into more OEM products, so own label products, helps that because we reduce the pricing when we compare to branded products. So all of that, if you roll it together, helps us to plan for 2012.
With 455 UK stores, Morrisons is the fourth largest British retailer and actually sources from factories and suppliers across the Asia-Pacific region, including Vietnam and other Southeast Asian marketplaces.
We always said when we set up that one of the other advantages of coming to Hong Kong was the ability, first of all, to finance from here, because finance from here is much easier than financing in perhaps some of those other places you've mentioned. So finance would definitely stay here in the centre. We may in time set up some regional offices or regional centres in places like India, very important in the non-food area, possibly Vietnam, possibly Bangladesh. So we would see this office, if you like, controlling those satellites, but all of the finance being done from here. So it was another really major consideration when we went for Hong Kong.
Bob Gard is particularly dependent on the value added that Hong Kong staff brings and the quality of Hong Kong suppliers on the mainland, in a language the UK chain is familiar with.
And that also means that the majority of staff here speak English, which for an English company makes life much easier. So the communication is easy, the standards are the same. Even if like earlier in my career I worked in Germany, the lingua franca for everyone sourcing out of Asia is English. Hong Kong speaks English. 5 years out, I would expect the size of this office to have grown significantly. I would have expected significant increases in the range of products we source through here for sale in the UK, possibly into food, I mentioned it earlier. that would have the effect of dramatically increasing the throughput of product